Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Tuesday, 8th July 2025. I think we are in the eye of a storm. Yesterday, where the 14 letters were sent by Mr. Trump to 14 different countries. Surprisingly, all of them seem to be more or less the same thing as to what he had suggested on April 2nd. So he's playing games. And so yesterday the US markets fell, but they recovered in the last half an hour. Of course, our markets were in a completely comatose phase, excepting for the first hour volatility. So it's almost like Trump is playing a video game with the stocks, and this cannot really last long. So we are in the eye of the storm, in my opinion. Now, usually the eye of the storm will mean a negative impact or a negative future. But I believe that this eye of the storm is before a big move up rather than down. So yesterday was, as I said, very comatose market. One of those days when I can't remember when the volumes were so low. Yesterday was 65,000 crores. Normally volumes are 1 lakh crores plus 1 lakh 10, 1 lakh 20. In fact, on a bad day, you get about 95,000 crores, but yesterday was 65,000 crores. So you can well imagine what was happening yesterday. So yesterday, people were confused. People were not able to make money. Both the bulls and the bears seem to be sleeping. But Nifty held on to levels of about 25,400. It closed flat. Bank Nifty, of course, closed in the negative. Interestingly, Reliance is slowly and steadily moving up. We hold Reliance on a momentum basis. We bought it last week. I believe we may even see 1800 as far as my understanding of the script movement is concerned. It's not yet reached the all-time high, which is about 1600. Mid-cap index fell because no interest. FMCG was another surprise gainer. Yesterday, everybody piled on to FMCG. I am not too sure about why people are piling on. I don't think the results will be that great. So, four of the top six Nifty contributors were actually FMCG, HUL, Nestle, Tata Consumers, and ITC. So, actually, FMCG saved the day for the Nifty. Pharma snapped its 11 session gaining streak. Natco Pharma and Biocon will lead the losses. I put this slide here to show that actually pharma went up for 11 sessions. Nobody is talking about pharma, but slowly and steadily, pharma index crossed the 200 EMA, going up further and very, very strong, which many people are missing. People are looking at FMCG, people are looking at IT, they're looking at autos, they're looking at everything excepting pharma. Dow, as I said, fell to 400 points. S&P was down close to 0.8%. Nasdaq also came down to almost it closed down 0.9%. After Musk made his political move by starting a third party called America First, so Tesla got hammered because I think now Trump will take revenge on uh, this Musk. So 10-year yields did nothing. It was about 4.39. It's between 4.25 and 4.5 is the range. So we are there. Dollar is around 97. Nothing big there. Gold rose a little bit from 3,300 levels to 3,345. Brent crude is steady at 69. So what did the institutions do? Institutions both were buyers. So you just imagine yesterday was a dull day. People were sleeping, but yet institutions were active on the buying side. So yesterday was interesting. There are some interesting things which I want to talk about. SEBI released a report about financial year 24-25, where they said 91% of retail traders lost money in derivatives. Last time, I think it was the similar number in 23-24 and financial year 25, 91%. I'm sure it will be 91% even in 25-26. Index option turnover is down 9% year on year and 29% in notional terms. It has further come down in the last 3 months, especially in the last 3 weeks. I think the turnover is coming down, which is a good sign. The SEBI chairman talks about not removing the weekly settlements as of now. I think if you want to cleanse the market of volatility or of manipulation, you need to remove the weekly options. I think that will go a long way in making the markets much more safer. So Kotak Mahindra Bank update came interesting here. 12.9% deposit increase and net advances went up by 14%. Kotak Bank is one of those laggards in the recent past. We have been using it. We have been buying it on a intraday basis. Today also we will be buying Kotak Bank on an intraday basis. Tata Motors came up with very poor results. They have blamed it on US tariffs and volumes are down about 11%. April-June retail, that's on year comparison between April and June. Retail volumes are also down 15%. Wholesale volumes are down about 11%. Let's just look at the contrast. Mahindra and Mahindra is doing extremely well. June production was up 20%. June sales were up 14%. June exports were up 1%. So Mahindra and Mahindra seems to be the best bet. If somebody is buying autos, we are not bought autos, but if somebody is buying autos, maybe Mahindra and Mahindra looks very, very interesting. Then Titan came up with blockbuster results, I should say. Consumer business grew 20%, probably because the price of gold went up. Domestic sales went up 19%. I suspect the price of gold going up has contributed tremendously to the increase in sales. In terms of quantity, I don't know how much, because logically it should mean the quantity must have not gone up much or must have been flat. The other 10 stores and consumer sentiments were affected by volatile movement is what Titan management had to say. So yesterday, as promised, Trump came up with steep tariffs on 14 countries. Japan and South Korea both at 25%. Malaysia, Kazakhstan, and Tunisia also faced 25% tariff. In contrast, these were the tariffs which were put on these countries on April 2nd. South Africa and Bosnia went up to 30% tariff. Indonesia is up to 32%. Bangladesh and Serbia 35%. Cambodia, Thailand for 36%, and Laos and Myanmar were 40%. If you look at it, the poorer countries are having higher tariffs, which is a very ironical thing, I would say, but that is how it is. But Trump, as usual, has done a taco. He's chickened out. He says, no, we will put tariffs from August 1st. Previously, they said April 2nd, then they said July 9th, then now August 1st. So basically, he's saying, come and discuss. We will see what we can do. So I think the markets will shrug this off. That is why I'm saying we are in the eye of a storm, and that storm will, be on the positive side. Opening Gift Nifty is showing lower, but we will be buying on declines both intraday and looking for bargains in the for investment. So I continue to say, keep calm and buy the dip. But whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.